Okay, party people in the house, you're about to witness something you've never witnessed before.
Really made. Yeah. Speaker bangers. I got it up the mouth. I got it up the mouth. Running up that beat a miss. First 10 days down, got a European. I'm trapping hard, I gotta see it. I done got it out the mud, yeah, that's how we do it. These niggas hate, I see it in it. And now I keep it 30 with me if you run up on me. I gotta beat my shot spot. Really got it out the mud, yeah, that's how we do it. Trapping hard, I gotta see it. I'ma get it out the mud, cause that's all I know it. I'm really from the bottom with it. Stay 10 toes down, now you see the come up, I know some niggas hate to see it, and that's why I got a fully and them hitters with me, Goofy's tweaking, trying to pull it. We gon' put you on the news, tell them rest in peace, Running up that need a miss. First 10 days down, got a European, I'm trapping hard, I gotta see it. I done got it out the mud, yeah, that's how we do it, These niggas hate, I see it in it. And now I keep it 30 with me if you run up on me, I gotta beat my shot spot. Really got it out the mud, yeah, that's how we do it, Gotta feed my shut spot. Made a promise to my sister, I'ma hold it down, These niggas switching like the season. I can tell you ain't my kind, you can't hang around, And we don't do the lame spot. I done got a lot of game from the OGs, Keep my eyes and ears open. Stay humble, fear nothing, always keep it G, I gotta feed my family partner. Yeah, I got it out the mud, got it out the mud. Yeah. I gotta feed my family partner. Gotta feed my baby boy and my baby girl. Yeah. Running up that need a miss. First 10 days down, got a European, I'm trapping hard, I gotta see it. I done got it out the mud, yeah, that's how we do it, These niggas hate, I see it in it. And now I keep it 30 with me if you run up on me, I gotta beat my shot spot. Really got it out the mud, yeah, that's how we do it, Yeah, I got it out the mud, got it out the mud. Yeah, I got it out.
Okay, can y'all hear me? Oh, Lord. Yeah, I've been having problems. Let me cut my camera off here. I remember how to do it. Oh, I feel so stupid. Oh, start cam. Hey everyone, how's everybody doing today? Ooh, how's everybody doing? Welcome. It's easy for me to read this way. Welcome. Let me see here a little everybody. Zini, Dog Mom, Reggie Brown, AO, Michelle, Kayla, Jared Stark, Vicky, Ian Richards, AO, I'm blind, Bob Kitten, Chantal, Les Etoiles, something Frenchy. Welcome. Jean McEwen, welcome. And Kimberly Murray, welcome. It's good to see everybody. Oh, hey, Joan Anna, John Anna. That's what you told me, I believe. Anyway, thank you so much, Dog Mom. I appreciate that. Oh, thank you. Okay, tell me how you pronounce your name. Hey, Dice, tell me how you pronounce your name. Le Etoile French. You're just gonna be French. You're just gonna be Frenchy. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that. Now, if this was in Spanish, I probably could pronounce it, but I didn't take French, so you're gonna be Frenchy. Anyway, good news. Oh man, Dice go back a long way. No, me and Dice go back. Anyway, good news. I am finally out of the boot. So I'm back in 2 shoes. Yay. Hey, I see it all. I'm back in 2 shoes. I'm so excited. And I've been missing because I've been outside just enjoying myself. I went to the beach, even though I couldn't get in the sand though because of my foot. I went to a Earth, Wind and Fire Lionel Richie concert last week, and I've been in pain because the weather keeps changing. Yeah, me and Dice. Yeah, Dice. I know him from the Nature Boy sector. He used to always talk. He used to always do lives about Nature Boy and his BS and his abuse of the girls and da. So yeah, so I know Dice from that. Oh, and for those of y'all who saw my interview not my interview, but my video today, I realized I was on mute majority of the time. So I am going to do it again. So you won't just have me. I mean, you have the interview and then the guy just talking. I mean, y'all be able to hear me talk and not just long pauses. That's what I meant to say. E, W, and F. Thank you. Hey, Gina. Yes. Okay. So anyway, yes, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Oh, they were great. They might be coming to where you live. Lionel, he's from Alabama. So, his name is pronounced Lionel, but he says that every time he comes to Alabama, we like Lionel. We always talk Lionel. La Toile is French for the star. Le Etoile is my last name. Okay, you're gonna still be Frenchy. I'm sorry. Yes, Earth, Wind, and Fire. I know. Anywho's, I know y'all want to go ahead and get started with the fuckery, so no further ado. And y'all make sure y'all smash that like button. Hey, Jeff, welcome. Make sure y'all smash that like button, whether you come in or out. Make sure you share the stream. And all these new people who are in here, I sincerely hope that you have subscribed to the channel. That make me so happy. Munchkin went upstairs. I was going to show y'all. Hey, Lovelise Cartagena. Oh, well, thank you, Frenchie. I appreciate that. Oh, and I have to, because it's Prince's birthday. I think it's his birthday tomorrow. So, I have to represent my boy. Yes, y'all hit that like button and please subscribe if you have not done so. All right, no further ado, let's get this party started. Okay, let's see. Hey, Reggie Brown, thank you. Welcome. First time, long time. Oh, thank you. Oh, okay. He'll struggle, he'll come down here in a minute. He hates Darrell, so let me see which one is this. This is verdict. Watch. Which one? Okay, we want to trial day 14. Let's go. This. No. This. Yeah. All right. So when we left off the last time, excuse me. When we left off the last time, we had just finished. Did you see he got? What did you say? Did you see he got? Did he? Oh, he did. Wonderful. Yeah, he deserves it. He deserves it. He deserves all of that. Everything he get, he deserved. I thought he was in segregation for him to get his ass whooped. Well. He deserved. Yeah, he hates it. Oh, he had a bit. Yeah, I remember the shine. The audio was fading in and out. Let's see. Does that help any? Vizini? My audio? See what makes me do. Oh, to the guards. Oh, okay. Well, good. I'm glad. I know he did go back and say, okay, we good? All right, thank you. Awesome. Okay, so we know where we left off. We left off with Darrell giving his little stupid speech about don't let the smoky mirrors fool you. And, objects in the mirror is closer than they appear. So yeah. So we're gonna do opper's response, and he's got to act up. He needs a shower and stuff. So let's go ahead.
Thank you, sir. Before I give the state an opportunity to present rebuttal, please stand for a minute. So
No, his breath stinks so bad. Oh. Gross. I know, Steven. I'm sorry. Yeah, I've been trying to watch the Young Thug trial.
Time both closings. You have 13:28 left.
Thank you, Judge.
Yes, our boy.
Folks, let me just say this. Mr. Brooks stands here and professes to speak to you from his heart. He plays on your sympathy.
Mm-hmm.
Talks about his children. He talks about the hardships that he's encountered and his family's encountered. And he brushes over the loss to the community. He wants to talk about how he's never held his newborn son.
Mm-hmm.
Never once acknowledges the Sorensen family.
Nope.
The Owen family.
Nope.
The Duran family.
Nope.
The Hospital family.
Who cares?
The Kulik family.
Who cares?
Sparks family.
Hey, love.
Never once.
Not one time.
It's nice that Mr. Brooks can get letters from his loved ones.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why he did this. I told you that. actions define a person.
Now you notice if someone is guilty, they typically look down to try and disassociate themselves. Yes, I know that Zach is running for judge. Yeah, he's running for judge, and what's her name? Basie is running for DA. They're both endorsed by the Heritage Foundation. Anyway,
It's that simple.
uh-huh.
You can stand with the Bible in your hands all day long
All day.
and profess to be the finest man under God that you can be. But when you drive through a parade route and roll over children with band instruments to the extent that your vehicle heaves up and down, your intent is known, Mr. Brooks. It doesn't have to be guessed. It's known.
Hey, Toby
You
Wan.
don't have to stand and wonder as he claims to. For him to keep going after he drove over those children in the band and have Jackson Sparks fly off the front hood of his car, lifeless,
Same
and
ages
keep going.
of missing.
And have Jane Kulik fly off the hood of his car, run her over, and keep going. I'm not going to go on. You get it. You need to look in the mirror, Mr. Brooks. If you want to accuse me of practicing my closing argument, you need to look in the mirror, sir. Your actions are that of a murderer. You murdered these 6 people. You endangered the safety of 61 others. There are 68 victims in this case, folks. That's not an accident. That's not a, gee, I woke up one day and don't know how I found myself in this position. If you have some explaining to do to your children, Mr. Brooks, I recommend you do it.
Now, members of the jury, the duties of the parties and the court have been performed. The case has been argued by the parties. The court has instructed you regarding the rules of law, which should govern you in your deliberations. The time has now come when the great burden of reaching a just, fair, and conscientious decision of this case is to be thrown wholly upon you, the jurors, selected for this important duty. You will not be swayed by sympathy, prejudice, or passion. You'll be very careful and deliberate in weighing the evidence. I charge you to keep your duty steadfastly in mind and as upright citizens to render a just and true verdict. You are to decide only whether the defendant is guilty or not guilty of the offenses charged. Any consequences of your verdict are matters for the court alone to decide and must not affect your deliberations. The following 76 forms of verdict will be submitted to you concerning the charges against the defendant, Darrell E. Brooks. Count 1. One reading, we the jury find the defendant, Darrell E. Brooks, not guilty of first-degree intentional homicide as charged in count 1 of the information. Another reading, we the jury find the defendant, Darrell E. Brooks, guilty of first-degree intentional homicide as charged in count 1 of the information. If you find the defendant guilty of first-degree intentional homicide, answer the following.
Look at this bitch. He looks scared as hell. He looks scared. He looks scared.
Another reading, we the jury find the defendant, Darrell E. Brooks, guilty of first-degree intentional homicide as charged in count 2 of the information. If you find the defendant guilty of first-degree intentional homicide, answer the following question, yes or no. Did the defendant commit first-degree intentional homicide while using a dangerous weapon? Count 3. One reading, we the jury find the defendant, Darrell E. Brooks, not guilty of first-degree intentional homicide as charged in count 3 of the information.
Yeah, Opper's retiring and Basie is trying to take Opper's spot.
Find the defendant guilty of first-degree intentional homicide, answer the following question, yes or no. Did the defendant commit first-degree intentional homicide while using a dangerous weapon? Count 4. Excuse me. Count 4. Count 4. One reading, we the jury find the defendant, Darrell E. Brooks, not guilty of first-degree intentional homicide as charged in count 59 of the information.
No.
Pause, why don't you join me just in case you're needed? All right, Joel, please raise your right hand. Do you swear that you will keep all jurors on the?
Yeah.
They will be kept separate and apart. Their electronics have been confiscated, and they will not be going home until verdicts have been reached or they are discharged from the court, whichever would occur sooner. Anything else the parties would want me to address at this moment?
Hold on. Let me go back to normal speed. Oh, excuse me. Mm.
On the state?
Thank you, Judge.
Anything from you, sir?
Yep. So essentially, I'm gonna have to stay here while they're delivering. I'm gonna be
Hey,
able to
warrior
go back
woman.
to my unit, use the phone, shower. It is shower day for my pod. We only get 2 shower days.
I don't, so here's what could happen though, sir. I don't have a problem with you doing that, but they could have questions. And then you would need to become available so we could address any questions. They may ask for exhibits, things of that nature. So as long as you're willing to come back for those things, I don't have an issue if, I probably should talk to the COs or at least the sheriff and make sure I'm not stepping on their toes since they're in charge of all of that. But it's possible that we get a request for exhibits, some exhibits initially I wouldn't be surprised if we got that. So let me do this. Let me confer with the sheriff's department. I don't initially see an issue with that, but I want to make sure that they have a protocol in place and that's what they would like to do as well. Okay.
And one more thing.
Go ahead.
I was curious. 61 charges for the reckless. 61 injured parties did not testify. So how does that work? How essentially how are charges able to be charged if all the injured parties did not testify?
From my perspective, sir, the state presented their theory of the case, and there was sufficient evidence regarding the charges to go forward to the jury. I can't further explain it from there because that would require me to explain the law. And I guess that's all I can really say about it at this point.
I got a point though.
I'm sorry?
I got a point though.
I'm not going to comment on that, sir.
Hey, ambitious.
Of course, the state bears the burden of proof, and they have to convince a jury.
God, I hate his facial expression. Right, they didn't all testify. I hate his face. Oh, I hate his face.
Beyond a reasonable doubt. For better.
This is so feminine the way he's sitting. This is so girly. I can't even do it. He's just smiling. Hey, what's your Karen Wood? You said do Darrell's voice. I'll do it. I'll do it in a minute.
Better or for worse, sir, I was not presented with any motions to dismiss, either at the end of the state's case or the close of the evidence regarding any legal arguments you may have had regarding those issues. And so at this point, the jury has the case and they will determine their verdicts. If there are issues of law that you want to raise after the verdicts are received, then you'll have to make that determination.
Yeah, that has to be raised because essentially you can't, if no injured party testifies, then it shouldn't be a charge.
I disagree with that characterization, sir, but there is frankly no motion in front of me based in law or fact. So for me to comment any further would require me to give an advisory opinion, which I'm not willing to do.
So you're saying I need to make a motion?
So what I will.
Oh, look at him. Oh, look at his teeth. How are your teeth? Grayish brown. It's like almost the color of my shirt. Just, oh, gross. Oh. So disgusting.
say at this point is I do have one issue that I would like to raise with the parties. I frankly I need a break a little bit. I mean, obviously the court has to stay open.
And I know you do need a break. The world needed a break. I know you do.
I know my dinner is coming. And I think it's reasonable. I need to put a few things together, but I do need to make a record of some information that I received earlier today, so that the parties are advised of that. But I will do that. Let me confer with the sheriff's department about your request.
He looking like this stupid bitch. I don't even know what she's talking about. I don't know what this white hoe is talking about, but she don't know what the fuck she talking about. There was not 61 people on that stand. So as long as there's not 61 people, I shouldn't be charged for that 61 counts of reckless. Even though it's a video of me running over 100 people, but because they didn't testify, then we can't talk about it. And this whole, she trying to pull the wool over my eyes. She trying to hem up a black man. They racist over here. They racist. All these white folks in here, they racist. And they didn't even give me no chance, no way.
I'd like to take in about 30 minutes, address the issues that I need to address, or the issue. And I want to find out if that would interfere with your request about taking a shower and all of that. So if you can hold tight and stay with us for a little bit, that would be great. And I'll confer with the sheriff's department and have a more definitive answer for you shortly. Okay.
Can I get my filings?
You want
Come on, ho. I've been told you I wanted them filings. I've been told your ass I wanted those filings. And I'm asking you yet again, where are my motherfucking filings, ho? Because I'm going to hit you for what you know was coming. You know you're going to get this paperwork. I want my original copy. I want all my ICFs. I want all of my paperwork. I want the appearance bonds. I want the oath of office. I want your oath of office. I want proof that all the attorneys got legal degrees. I need all of that. All because that is vital. That's vital to my case. That's vital to my case.
you want the originals back. If Madam Clerk has scanned them all in and they're uploaded, I don't have an issue giving you the originals back. We will have the date stamp. They don't have a time because they were filed in court.
When he put the time on, I also, so that you knew they were in there, printed them after I scanned them in, so it has a document number.
So you're getting 2 copies. So you'll have that, okay?
See, I didn't interrupt you. See,
Oh, see, I ain't interrupted. The one time I let you talk, I need a gold star and a kiss on my forehead, telling me I did a good job. I get my A in conduct today, or at the end of the day, I get my A in conduct. That's like the highlight of his day. I ain't interrupt you. I ain't interrupt you.
I'm sorry?
I said, see, I didn't interrupt you.
Thank you, I appreciate that. Unless there's,
If I'm not mistaken, is he not flirting with the judge? It seemed like he's flirting.
would like the parties back in about a half an hour. Thank you, unless they have a question sooner.
Your Honor, do I have to go in that holding cell, or do I get to go?
Boy, you ought to be glad that somebody put you in anywhere. You need to be in a trough and have the pigs eat you. I never know.
We're back on the record. I wanted to advise the parties that earlier today I received information from the clerk of court that she had received an email that the person sending the email had found a post on Justice for Darrell on Reddit, so it's a subreddit. I'm not familiar with how Reddit works, but and that the thread on the Justice for Darrell Reddit site was claiming to be a member of the jury pool. And I am going to provide the parties with the information that I was given this morning. It's a color copy of the attachment and the email that was sent. The email was.
I think either Jay Prince did it or Dawn did it. One of the two.
Then my clerk received a notification at 9:30 a.m. that the clerk of court wanted to speak with me. You may recall this morning I stepped off the bench for a little bit of time. I read through the information that was provided to me, which was an email, and then the attachment, which is a color print off. Looks like the person took a screenshot, and that the anonymous post claimed to be a member of the jury on the case. And here are my thoughts on the trial and on this subreddit. And apparently, again, it's a subreddit called Justice for Darrell. All those Justice, the number 4, and Darrell, all no spaces. I then had contact with Captain Dussault, advised him that this should be investigated, and basically turned over the matter to law enforcement for a full investigation. At this point, or at that point, I made a determination.
So after she drones on, this is over, I will read the Reddit post again for you guys, just to remind you.
To the jury and ultimately the closing arguments, and then turning the case over to the jury for deliberations. And of course, I am concerned about the integrity of these proceedings, and I will take whatever action that I deem appropriate once a full investigation is done. But at this point,
well, there was a Justice for Darrell post, but like when I was a member of that Darrell Brooks, Justice for Darrell, but they were meaning it as a joke. It was satirical. Nobody was there supporting him. We were all there making fun of him. So, yeah.
there is no, I would say, credible information that this is in fact a member of the jury.
That's possible, Jan.
But I will leave that for law enforcement to determine. And if, of course, if need be, at the conclusion of the case, when the jury reaches a verdict, I certainly will consider whether any questioning of the jurors at that point is warranted. So that's the information I wanted to provide. Again, copies of this information will be provided to the parties, and there is a full investigation underway by the Sheriff's Department. I have no further information about it at this time. I will not be the judge that will further be reviewing it in terms of any requests related to that investigation. I will simply be handling whether any requests as relates to this case in particular.
Oh, okay, AO.
And I hope we have the copies for the parties.
Yeah, it doesn't count.
And we'll provide those. Go ahead.
I'm making sure you was
Go ahead.
first. What is this?
What you mean? What is it?
All I can tell you, sir, is that there is apparently on the
Bitch, they told you what the fuck it was.
internet on a site, or maybe it's an application, I'm not entirely sure, called Reddit. There's a subreddit that is entitled Justice for Darrell, and it was on that subreddit that someone wrote an anonymous post claiming to be one of the jurors. That, of course, would be a violation of the rules that I set up for the jurors, which is why I turned over the information to law enforcement so they could make a full and complete investigation.
For the record, I accept for value in return for value these documents. I'm confused.
At this point, sir, I'm providing the information.
He like, man, people think that I'm innocent. Justice for Darrell. Oh, man. Maybe I still got a chance. Maybe I still got a shot. Justice for Darrell? Oh man. Oh, and by the way, for those who wondered, the Justice for Darrell subreddit, Darrell is spelled with a capital D, and all the other letters are lowercase. So, right.
I trust that the parties will review it, and if a party believes that any request needs to be made of this court, then an appropriate request will be made. But at this point, I'm just advising the parties of the information that I have. And I will add this, I will, of course, it's important that the results of any investigation be turned over to the parties. I don't know how long that will take, but that is also my direction. That was really the only direction.
The judge trying to get up out of there as quick as possible. She's like, I am tired of this fool. I smell him. It's been a long freaking day. My head hurt. I'm ready to take these glasses off. They hurt in the back of my ears. I'm tired.
I gave to law enforcement is that the results of the investigation that be turned over to the parties.
Was this? Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
Was this just found out about this morning?
Yes, the email that was sent to the clerk of court was received at 9:10 a.m. And then that email,
Look at it.
and the attachment, I'm aware of a second, I'm aware of a second email that was sent to our clerk of court at 10:28.
That's a look of delusion, delusional hope. He's like, I think I can parlay this into a mistrial. We can do a mistrial because somebody is saying they the jury, even though the jury just left the room. How the hell was this posted? Yes, it's very alarming. It's very concerning. Very concerning. Oh, hell. God dog it. Hold on, let me see where I'm at. Don't do this.
For example, sometimes all I can tell you, sir, is that there is apparently on the internet, on a site, or maybe it's an application, I'm not entirely sure, called Just Name of the Room. And if a party believes that any request needs to be made of this court, then an appropriate request will be made. But at this point, I'm just advising the parties of the information that I have. And I will add this, I will, of course, it's important that the results of any investigation be turned over to the parties. I don't know how long that will take, but that is also my direction. That was really the only direction I gave to law enforcement is that the results of the investigation that be turned over to the parties.
Neither.
Was this? Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead. Neither nor.
Was this just found out about this morning?
Yes, the email that was sent to the clerk of court was received at 9:10 a.m. And then that email and the attachment, I'm aware of a second, I'm aware of a second email that was sent to our clerk of court at 10:02 a.m. And I think when we stepped off the bench following the case being given to the jury, I was advised that other emails had been received throughout the court system. And I simply said, obviously that information needs to go to law enforcement. I haven't seen it, haven't reviewed it. But any person who works in the clerk of court's office who has received an email that email about this topic will be forwarded to the sheriff's department. Their forensic unit is handling the investigation, to my understanding. Attorney Opper, did you have a question or something to state?
Yes, Your Honor, I just wanted to state for the record that I have also received similar emails at my office this afternoon. They were sent not to me directly, but to the district attorney's office website. And I only wanted to point out that in viewing the contents of the
someone said that Erica said that he got his teeth filed down for grills. So remember, he had gold teeth. So yeah, he got his teeth filed down for some which is stupid. And clearly, he didn't take care of his teeth. You know, you still got to take care of your teeth underneath, but whatever.
Posting. Well, first of all the emails refer to the exact same posting and the language is the exact same in all the postings. In viewing the contents of the posting, we question the veracity of the posting because it refers to things that, quite frankly, are not true. And also,
yep, and the meth did not help. You're right.
Upon reviewing it, Your Honor, we came to the conclusion that it does not exhibit any material prejudice against Darrell Brooks that may affect the veracity of any verdict that may be returned in this case.
See, you're using too many big words. Darrell don't know what veracity mean. She don't know what veracity mean. Oh, an interesting story about veracity. So when I was in undergrad, I was in class. Maybe it was trial ad or it was criminal law, maybe introduction to criminal law. But anyway, we were talking about admitting evidence. And so, of course, I memorized the definition, but I didn't quite understand the concept. So when we were asking, I was answering a question because, you know, I was a little good student. And so I was like, yeah, this, you know, whatever, it goes to the witness's veracity. And so he said, well, what does veracity mean? And I was just like, got embarrassed. So veracity means truthfulness. I will never forget what veracity means because of that. Erica said he never did meth. He was in jail. He was in an interview in jail, and he said that he did meth back when he looked half decent. I think the video was somewhere on YouTube, but that he said he did meth.
The posting is largely critical of the court and to some extent the prosecution, but
he lied.
The nature of the posting is actually in support of Mr. Brooks. That's why it's under a subreddit called Justice for Darrell. And I don't believe there's any reasonable reading of this post that would lead someone to believe that it suggests the juror harbors substantial or material prejudice against the defendant.
Thank you. I appreciate the additional record.
Can I say something, Your Honor?
Go ahead.
Just briefly skimming through it.
The wheels turning.
I do want to state for the record that I have no involvement with this. Fairly, really like shocked like this even came to light.
Oh, really?
I will say just by skimming through it,
come on with it.
These are definitely things that have been talked about in the court. So common sense would say that this came from someone that has either been in the court to hear what goes on in the court or a jury member. This is no other way.
Now, you remember when he was whining, he did that 50-minute rant, and he was talking about him getting hate mail and hold on, I'm trying to remember it. He got hate mail, and people are always watching. People have been leaving nasty comments on court TV and stuff like that. So you are aware that this trial is being broadcasted all over the world. Like, duh. And you remember, if you were in the law and crime stream, it had got up to like 100K viewers all at once. That was a good trial, man. It was a good trial.
Well, actually,
Because
the
the-
proceedings are live streamed worldwide, Your Honor, available on YouTube worldwide, so I don't agree with that assessment.
Well, I mean, it's pretty obvious that this would come from
Obvious.
somebody who's actually, I think it's pretty clear.
It's pretty clear.
Well, I'm leaving it in the hands of law enforcement to do a full and complete investigation. Again, I take the integrity of this process incredibly
Keep up the
seriously.
bad work.
And if there were to be a juror who violated the rules, I would take that very seriously, and I will not hesitate to take any action that I deem appropriate. At this time, it is simply being investigated. This was an anonymous post. And if either party believes any further action needs to take place as it relates to this particular jury, then I trust they'll file the appropriate request with the court. So with that, the courtroom, oh, go ahead. I'm sorry. Something else, Attorney Opper?
A different topic, Your Honor?
Oh,
if
sure. Go
possible.
ahead.
While we're all together, I just wanted to address exhibits and what the court's procedure would be. We have no objection to any exhibits going back to the jury room if they are asked for, and precluding the requirement that we all assemble every time a note comes out asking for one exhibit. So as long as we're all here and we have some time, maybe we could discuss
I got
that.
all the exhibits.
I'm willing to discuss that.
I got all the exhibits.
Do you have any
Sir.
position on that, sir?
Yeah, I would object from the standpoint that I would need to see any exhibit that's being asked about and the relevancy of that exhibit being asked for. I think that's only fair.
Exhibits that have been received, a relevance objection would no longer be valid because the court has already ruled on the relevance and the admission of the exhibits. The issue is whether it goes back to the jury room.
I know this bitch didn't. I know that she did not just tell me that it's not relevant. My life on the line. My life on the line. If she gonna tell me that I can't know. It's only fair. I don't know what's going on. So I need to know the relevancy of the exhibits and why they're asking for the exhibit. You ain't gonna know that, doofus. The jury just wants to look at the exhibits and see when they're deliberating, they're gonna look at the exhibits. They're gonna look at the jury instructions, but we already know that they were recessed for enough time for them to write out guilty on each verdict form, and it took a little time because it had to be checked off and then signed. Sign your name on the dotted line. The lights went out and Nikki started to grind.
I'll give you for example. Sometimes in a trial, there are medical records that need to be filed in their complete form under the statute, but really maybe only a portion of it would go back to the jury, or depending on why they were offered and whether there was any medical testimony regarding a diagnosis, for example, could impact that. Sometimes there's privacy issues with an exhibit if there's a social security number.
Girl, you are way over his head. You are off on Pluto. You giving him way too much. He don't understand none of that shit you just said. None of it.
For a witness or something like that. But generally speaking, the exhibits have been received, and the jurors can ask to view photographs, written documents. They can even ask to view the videos. The videos would need to be done one of two ways, either which requires everyone to assemble because we do have the technology to play them directly to the jury room. But that simultaneous with that is it would be played in here. So everyone would be seeing what's being played in the jury room at the same time. So that does require the parties to be in court. And that allows the jury to continue with their deliberations, talk about what they're seeing, etc.
So can the jury see in here now?
No. I'm talking about a video.
Video.
We have the ability to play it directly. There's a TV.
Idiot. The same way that you have been present in court when you get put in timeout, it's going to be the same way that they can watch the video. Like, this ain't hard, man. It's not hard.
I should have said that. Probably not to you. Why would you know there's a TV in the jury room, right? So there's a TV monitor in the jury room that is connected to the technology in the courtroom. So whatever is playing here could be a still photograph, could be a document, could be a video. We can play in the jury room at the same time. But as far as other exhibits.
Hey, Daquan. Hey, I saw you last night in the council chat, but I'm not subscribed to Paul. After he called that 80-year-old lady a bitch, I've unsubscribed, so I can't actively chat in his live streams. But I mean, I did see you last night. I'm like, oh, there you go, Daquan. I wish I could speak to him, but I refuse to sub.
So it would be only the exhibits that's been
Received.
So
Correct.
nothing
Yes!
new, nothing's gonna come out of the blue and be like, yo, yeah, we're gonna.
Oh my God. They just told you all the exhibits that has been admitted and accepted by the court. It won't be any new exhibits. It's the old exhibits because the evidentiary part of the case of the trial is over. Oh my Lord. Yes, point of order. Lord, I miss that man. I miss Mays. So the point, you've been watching, have you been watching it since the Mays got suspended? Have you been seeing how chaotic and dark and evil the council meetings are now? Liddell crazy. Liddell is crazy.
Only what's been received during the trial. If it would be helpful, I can have Madam Clerk give you the printout of the exhibit list that shows everything that's been received, if you would like.
That's
Hey,
about
Will.
like 7,500.
There's a lot of exhibits,
That's a lot of exhibits.
but I'm willing to have her print it off if you would like it.
It's a lot of exhibits because you did a lot of shit and a lot of evidence that incriminates you. So that's why it's a lot of exhibits. You ran over, like 100 people. So it's a lot of exhibits.
I think it'd be helpful just in case. I'm guessing
Yep.
at some point that will come into play.
Right. For example, they may come back and say, we'd like to see exhibit 15, which is the map.
I agree, Daquan. It's very suspicious what happened.
The large map from the parade route. Okay.
A lot of
They
exhibits.
might want to see the other map. Maybe they want to look at a video. There's a lot of exhibits, so I'm not going to speculate what they want. Sometimes they write notes to us and say they literally list out all the exhibits that they want. Other times they'll say, can we have all the exhibits? So sometimes parties do
It
stipulate.
depends on what the
That's
judge
what the state, I think,
wants.
was trying to get at.
The jury wants. Idiot.
So do you have a position on that? If the jury requests an exhibit, do you want the court to rule on it individually, or do you agree that if they request an exhibit, it can be released to them?
A rule on it.
All right, fair enough.
Of course.
Anything else, Attorney Opper?
Yes, we had discussed yesterday, and I'm not trying to get too far ahead of myself here, but what was the time limit that the court wanted to work off of for giving notice to the parties when the verdict is available?
30 to 60 minutes.
Okay. Thank you.
Some of that will depend on when it is, if it's late in the evening versus during the day. And you might be wondering, how late will I let?
Oh, God blocking it. I don't know what's happening.
That we're done for the
Okay,
evening. They'll come back in. I'll read them the instruction about They obviously can't deliberate when they're not here, so I'll read through that instruction to them that you can't deliberate. And
Uh-oh.
they would go again where they are being sequestered, and then we would reassemble tomorrow morning if that's what is needed.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Anything else from you, sir?
Yeah.
Come in, Munchkin. Oh, here is Paisley. I see y'all can see him up close. Let me take this off. Will you stop it? Yeah, there we go. Hey, everybody. Hey, everybody. I'm a little tired. I went to school today. I went to school and played with my friends. And now all I want to do is get in the bed and harass you all night. This is my late night buddy. I don't take him to let him go to bed until like 11. And when I do take him to bed, when I do take him to bed, take him out to go potty, this little thing is so sneaky. He will bolt past the sofa, run around the corner, and go in the bedroom and hide under the bed so I can't reach him. And so he'll stay under the bed for a long period of time. And then when he feels like a sufficient enough amount of time has passed, then he'll jump up and get back in the bed. And then I will grab him and I will put him in what I call air jail. This is air jail. And put him in his crate. Anywho. There you go. He's such a good boy and a good little friend. Not too much. All right. Let me get back to the screen. There we go. All right.
Yeah. Did you talk to the deputies?
I did. Thank you for that reminder. The jail has asked that I follow the standard operating procedure, which is to have you in central holding and not up at your cell. But if need be, I'm willing to order that they give you a shower later, if that's helpful.
And believe me, Darrell, she is not doing it for you. She is doing it for everybody in your near, as he would say, vicinity. You know, with the Z, vicinity. Hey, Christine. Vicinity.
Whether it be tonight or tomorrow morning, okay? So even though you're going to stay close by, I'll make sure I'll work with the jail to make sure that you're given that opportunity after we're done for the night, okay?
Yeah, at least let me take a shower.
So I've been
And I will
told
have
there
to-
is a question that
Bitch, she just said she was going to order that you could take a shower.
will be coming out shortly, so don't go anywhere.
Don't choke me, Judge.
What?
Subject matter
I said, don't
jurisdiction?
choke me.
Choke you?
Yeah, because
She's not going to touch you. Nobody wants to touch you except for Bubba and them boys in whatever prison you in. Nobody want you. Nobody want to touch you. Look at you. Who want to touch you? And you've admitted that you only bathe twice a week. Shut up.
because you know what I'm about to say.
That doesn't matter
What are you about to
jurisdiction.
say?
Subject matter jurisdiction.
For the record,
You knew I was about to say that.
Sir, I'm not going to address it. I already have. All right. There are requests for 3 exhibit.
we friends.
Is that his number? I haven't signed it, but I do.
Oh,
Cold.
we miss you too,
I meant to
Christine.
tell them that. It's a signature. I need to know the number to tell the parties who the 4th person is, because I'm not going to say the name on the record. They have a request for 3 exhibits.
He got his big boy suit on. He had the whole suit on now. The big boy suit. And you see his shirt so big, and then there's a button missing at the top. So that's why, You know, his collar looks the way that it looks. There's a button missing. He got on a big boy suit. He ready. Blacklock attorney-at-law. He ready.
15, 5, and 55.
Hey, Andrea.
Number 11 is the fourth person.
You said 15, 5, and
55.
Bob Kitten.
So
The reason why he's in a good mood is because of the Reddit post, that Justice for Darrell subreddit, where it seemed like someone, you know, it was obvious that it was somebody from the inside the courtroom or one of the jurors that you know, was saying stuff about how unfair he's been treated and this undercurrent of racism and blah blah blah. So he's saying to himself, I got a shot to get this overthrown. I'm trying to get a mistrial. I got the documents to get a mistrial. That's why he's excited.
I can pull.
I was gonna say I don't know. I know 15.
15 is the map.
15 is the map.
Yeah.
Any objections
You know if you wrote any of the shit down, but you didn't write nothing.
to the map, sir?
Yeah. I want you to rule on everything.
Well, I was going to go one by one. So I'll start with exhibit 15, which is the map. What's your position on that, sir?
I don't see the
my
relevancy.
position is
Come on. I don't see the relevancy.
at this point, what is the relevancy of
There
the
you
map?
go. There you go.
I think it's been seen a million times. I know it by heart now. That's probably the only one I know by heart.
You should know it by heart. You should. Those are all the people that you injured. And the people you killed. You should know every name by heart until you die. You should know every name. Every name.
Well, what's the state's
Hey,
position?
B. Blanco.
Yes, we absolutely, there's no reason not to send that back there, Your Honor. There's 76 counts that they need to work through and to assist them in identifying which victim is which and which group they were with and where they were on the road. Absolutely, there's no reason to hide that from them. It's helpful to them in their deliberation.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I will send exhibit 15 back to the jury room. It is an exhibit,
It's exhibit.
and there really is no reason not to send it back that has been identified by the parties. All right, the next exhibit is exhibit 5. That is the photograph of Erica Patterson.
Oh, now you know.
Oh, I definitely object to that.
Definitely.
Seeing as how
Mm-hmm.
it was supposedly two
Hey,
incidents,
balanced butterfly.
one of which didn't even happen, which the prosecution sent paperwork to acknowledge that it never happened. So
Oh my hell.
I don't even
I don't understand the Charles and
it's too dicey with that. What incident would
he's so
And to
clear.
assist them in identifying which victim is which and which group they were with and where
You
they
gotta
were
play
on the
that
road.
again.
Absolutely, there's no reason to hide that from them. It's helpful to them in their deliberation.
All right, I will.
See, Christine,
Uh,
that's why I want I never want a girl
to the
dog.
jury room. It is an exhibit. And there really is no reason not to send it back that has been identified by the parties. All right, the next exhibit is exhibit 5. That is the photograph of Erica Patterson.
oh, I definitely object to that.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing as how it was supposedly two incidents, one of which didn't even happen.
Oh Lord, you're only being charged with one. You're only being charged. Count 76 is when you tried to kill her on the day of the parade. Nobody's talking about the other day, the day before. We're not talking about the day before. We're talking about the day of the parade. All he cares about is that freaking domestic battery thing. That's all he don't care nothing about none of this but that. I didn't do anything. She knows she didn't see me the day before. Why is she doing this to me? She's trying to ruin my life. Oh, I hate that bitch, Erica. And she's not a real woman. Fuck her. And she need to learn her place. He just keeps talking about this charge he hasn't been charged with. That's so freaking stupid.
Which the prosecution sent paperwork to acknowledge that it never happened. So
you have a Chihuahua? Oh, those are little demons from the ninth circle of hell. Chihuahua.
I don't even it's too dicey with that. What incident would 5 you referring to?
The picture, fool. The picture of Erica's black eye when you smacked her before you tried to run over the last time.
Of which
The
never
battery
happened.
count.
And then one. I don't even know what I'm looking at if I look at 5.
Oh, you don't, huh? Right. I don't know.
What's the state's position on 5?
Again, Judge, there's no legal basis to exclude that from the jury. There's nothing prejudicial. It's a single photograph. I should say overly prejudicial. It's a single photograph of a single person showing the injuries that are alleged to be associated with count 77. It's directly relevant to their deliberations.
Oh, 76.
There is no count 77.
Count 76.
76.
Uh-oh.
You are correct. It is count 76, not 77.
See why I'm confused?
Well, there is an amended information, and I clearly instruct the jury of 76 counts. Be that as it may, I'll find that it is proper for Exhibit 5 to go back to the jury, and that will be sent to them. Now, Exhibit 55 is a video. How long is that video?
Hey, Della.
15 seconds.
So my inclination, and I'll hear from the parties first, and then I'll give you my inclination. So any objection to playing for the jury Exhibit 55?
What exactly is in the Exhibit 55? I don't.
It's a video from Curry Insurance facing eastbound showing the grannies being struck. We could put it up if you want to preview it, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
And we are requesting that it be viewed by the jury in their deliberation room.
What I can tell you, if I do allow it, since I would have to we'll verify that the technology is working, and then I would play it for them twice through.
Why you gotta be played twice?
And we would watch it at the same time as they're viewing it. Theirs is just be in the jury room. But I'll preview it for Mr. Brooks so he can see it first. Well, the state will preview it for me.
You enjoy watching these videos too, of all the damage and destruction you caused.
All right.
No
Your
reaction
response, sir?
whatsoever. Come on. Come on, Blacklock.
Yeah, I don't object to it. Keep this in order.
Come on, pimpin'. You should be prepared for this.
I guess my objection would be
Come on.
It would be hard to say why the jury would request it.
Because it's a who knows? I see it all.
I'll just let you rule on it. I don't particularly.
So I guess he's looking at his sovereign citizen bull a BS dossier of all of his documents that he's supposed to be using in trial, except that in his super secret dossier, there's no actual law in that dossier. It's just a bunch of crap. So that's why he's confused, because he's going through his dossier of BS and nothing answers this question. He should have read that law book that he never opened up.
There's so many videos that's kind of like the same video anyway.
Well, Exhibit 55 was received by the court. It's relevant to the charges in this case, and I will show it to the jury. I will work with Teresa and then the jury bailiff to ensure that the technology is working when it's up and running. I will play that for them twice through. This is what I have proposed to write on the note back to the jury as it relates to all three. Exhibits 15 and 5 are attached. Exhibit 55 will be played for the jury 2 times, hyphen the clip is 15 seconds. And then I will initial that and date it.
Any reason why we need to be played twice?
And I just would note that the jury foreperson wrote yesterday's date. It is the 25th. My date will be indicated. Obviously, they didn't get the case until today, so it's just a Scrivener's error on their part, putting the 24th versus the 25th. They don't have their technology with them, so I can't really fault them for that.
Now, thank you for sharing
Reason why
that
it need to be played twice?
nonsense.
That's my practice, at least on short video clips.
So what about if they request for a long video?
Then I'll make a determination then. I find that since we have the new technology, it's easier just to do that and play it twice than to bring them out and for them to say, stop. And then can you go back and can we watch it again? Because that's my experience. So I'm really trying to avoid that. So we'll stay.
He's just like, shit. Y'all gonna play that twice? Y'all gonna see me running over these folks twice? Oh, hell. Oh, you know, I done fucked up now, right? It's fucked up now.
Out here. And then
Jen has the warning.
we'll work to, they'll have to pause their deliberations so we can interrupt them and give them the exhibits and then make sure the technology is working. So if the state wants to have that ready to go.
Exhibits.
I set for
Yeah, look at
value
the
return for value these documents, Your Honor.
Thank you.
Right. Hey, Monica.
Do you have, you know how to do that, right? We've done that before.
It's one button.
Oh, he reading his notes. He reading his sovereign citizen cheat sheet. You know he's reading because he's moving his hands. It's that typewriter. Back and forth. Moving his hands. Oh, he's reading hard too.
Is there audio with this or is it just video?
Just video.
Okay, thank you.
She's like a retarded typewriter. She's so ready to go. She's like, I am so sick of this shit. I am ready to go. My Chick-fil-A nuggets and my kale salad is waiting on me. My lemonade, my ice melted in my lemonade. I'm tired. Let's get the show on the road. Yes, please make sure you're smashing that like button. Okay. Look at the retarded typewriter. Head moving back and forth. I whip my head 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 back and forth. Mm. Back, forth and forth. Back, forth and forth. Back, forth and forth. Look, Zach, like I'm trying to get home to my wife. She didn't send me a picture and she in some sexy lingerie. She been to Victoria's Secret. I ain't got time, but baby, I'm trying to make it. I'm trying to get there as soon as possible. I'm coming. You just be sexy. You be looking, shutting up and looking fine and be ready. Be ready.
We're playing it one more time.
Yes, I saw Judge Simpson and that idiot that was driving. Hey, Lisa. Make sure everyone is smashing that like button. And if you have not subscribed, please do so. Thank you. Boy. I whip my hair back and
You can
forth.
turn it
I
off,
whip my
buddy.
hair back and forth. I whip my hair back and forth.
Is it on? All right, the video was played twice. We'll wait and see if they have any other questions.
Your Honor.
Yes, sir.
About this
The subreddit.
Reddit.
Yeah.
Is that how you say it? Reddit?
That's my understanding.
Come on.
This particular person is who the email was sent from.
Do you have the email that has the 9:10 a.m.? That's my understanding, yes.
Were they identified to have any connection with the trial in any way?
I'm leaving the entire investigation in the hands of the sheriff's department. I can't answer that. I'm sure they're looking into it though, because that's a good question.
No, it isn't. Quit lying. Quit lying. Oh boy, he is studying that hard. He got hope, y'all. He working it. He's trying to put the pieces together. Mistrial. This is the hardest. He looked at something. Why did he move his head like this to read?
There's some discussion about wanting to know if we could put it at 50%, but they don't. But they
Nope, he didn't have a driver's license.
Yeah, they'll have to submit that. All right, I'm gonna step off. Obviously, the courtroom remains open.
He like,
We'll
bitch,
let
where
know
you
if there are
going?
any additional questions? Procedures.
Subject matter jurisdiction, Your Honor.
I decline
Will
to
we-
address that, sir.
Will we be addressing it for the record?
Yeah.
Too far, 'cause it sounds like they want to see it.
Okay.
Do you have the email that has the 9:10 a.m.? That's my understanding, yes.
Were they identified to have any connection with the trial in any way?
You said it was
I'm
obvious,
leaving the
didn't you?
entire investigation in the hands of the sheriff's department. I can't answer that. I'm sure they're looking into it though.
If he is stoned, he is high off of his own body odor and breath. Those are a lot of toxic fumes. It's really no different than huffing. Okay, it's huffing. Hey, Lady T. You know what? I think that he may have been sedated when he went to court a few weeks ago when he pled guilty to everything. So I think he was sedated then because he was real calm. Or maybe he learned, maybe I need to shut the fuck up and just sit here.
Because that's a good question.
Oh, hold on. I'm doing that. Okay. Sorry, y'all. We don't want to hear the same crap again.
Has yet to be proven.
All right. Hold on.
It's four. We're
What's
All right.
the sense of seeing it as
Mr. Brooks?
There we go.
What's the significance of seeing it as different speeds? Was that in the question?
They just said, can we see exhibit 55 at 40% speed? Obviously, I don't recall specifically if this video was shown at a reduced speed, but many of the videos were shown at reduced speed during the trial. That was allowed. I think it's proper to also show a video clip to the jurors if they request it at reduced speed. So I'll grant the request.
What would be the significance?
The significance is the jury's requesting it, sir.
The significance is they want to see you run over these people, and they want to see it slow down so they can see exactly what you did. If you zipping through and you got spotty, spotty camera, you want to slow it down so we can see exactly who you ran over and how they looked, and them in the air. So yeah, that's the significance. I mean, it doesn't take a genius to figure that one out. That's the reason why they asked for it. Moron.
I'm saying at that speed.
That's their request. I can't tell you the significance for them. I don't want to speculate, but I think it's proper,
dog mom.
given the technology that we have available and what was done during the trial. So I will allow it.
So why even ask me if I have a position?
Because that's what I'm required to do, sir.
But you're not required to address subject matter jurisdiction, which hasn't been proven for the record. Not allowed to answer any questions I ask. From your name.
Mr. Brooks, I'm not going to relitigate your case right now.
I mean,
And I've made my decision on subject matter jurisdiction, so your request that I address it once again is denied.
of course it's denied. Of course, because you can't prove it on record. Come on now.
Oh, come on now.
Has yet to be proven. It has to be proven at some point. Or do I gotta go through the song and dance to get it proved?
What's the song and dance?
Are you ready with the 40%? When they are?
Hey, Tony.
Jury's ready?
Oh, really, Tony?
Are we doing it once or twice, Judge?
Just once.
All he doing is reading that stupid Reddit post.
That's 40% speed? Yay, nay?
Clearly, it's yay, moron.
The video clip is now ended with the state just confirmed the speed at which it was just played.
Yes, 40%, Your Honor.
Thank you. All right, let me know if there's another question. The court's going to step off. Obviously, will remain open.
Like these motherfuckers. They playing with me. They know they playing.
Question through the bailiff. We request exhibits. Provided a question through the bailiff. We request exhibits 3 and 4. Exhibits 3 and 4 are videos. They are the videos from White Rock, I believe elementary school. Door 1 and door 2.
Oh, those are videos of him attacking Erica and him getting chesting up with Corey and why do I always forget that guy's name? I want to call him Dylan, but I know that's not his name.
Yes, correct.
How long are each?
Just 1 second, Your Honor, please.
Exhibits
Probably did.
3
Yep.
is
Thank
4
you, Nick.
minutes and 14 seconds.
Thank you.
And exhibit 4
6 minutes or so,
is 6 minutes and 58 seconds.
7 minutes.
Okay.
Zach is like, baby, I'm trying to get out of
Would
here.
be
I'm
to
trying.
play each one time, since they're a little bit longer, and play them one after the other. From the state,
Agreed.
from the defense,
Objection.
noted for the record. Any specific reason, sir?
What's the relevancy?
Um,
Come on. He pulling stuff out of his ass. Come on.
the significance of both videos.
Their evidence, sir?
They part of
And
the
the jury's
exhibit.
requested to look at them. So I will be playing them for them. We'll do exhibit 3 first, and then exhibit 4 shortly thereafter.
Will you be addressing subject matter jurisdiction on the record?
That's right. Ignore him. Don't respond.
No, I will not.
Oh, she responded.
Is that a judicial determination, Your Honor?
Can you see what started exhibit 3?
I can't. Oh, you're not asking me.
Is that
I wonder what it feels like to believe that you're the smartest person in the room. You're smarter than everybody that has expertise and education in this particular topic, but you know better than everybody. I wonder what that feels like.
a tacit agreement, Your Honor?
All right, they are ready.
The arrow in the middle of it.
Oh, we can get rid of that. Clear annotation.
Is that a tacit agreement, Your Honor?
Go ahead and play exhibit 3 in its entirety.
Yeah, they go Erica limping. I know that limp with the boot.
You have that one, right? Yeah, I got it.
I know that boot limp. Like having a broken toe sucks.
You can stop that one. They're asking it to be stopped. Any objection from the state,
No,
from the defense?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, because nothing's happened, so that's why it's okay to stop it.
All right. Switch to exhibit 4.
Uh-oh. They go to polices. That's what Darrell was scared of. He had to get the hell on out of there. Say that again. Accused of rerun and not running people over, repeating things over and over. Like you ran over people over and over. That was rerun. On White Rock. Here go this bitch. Here he go. His raggedy car. His mama house. I mean, his house with his mama's car. With the window. Is the window down? It may be. Look at him. Look at that bitch. Erica trying to get the hell up out of there.
Any objection to stopping that video?
No.
All right, Mr. Brooks.
Thank you, warrior woman.
All right, it'll be stopped.
Judge, for the record, this one was stopped at 1:38. Do you know what time we stopped it on Exhibit 3?
35 seconds, I think.
Thank you.
Sure.
Thank you, Madam Clerk.
I can be my court clerk.
All right, I would think you might want to stay close by.
Was that a good way to reach the state?
I'm not sure
Yeah.
you did.
Okay, is there any more? Oh, there is more. Doofus.
50.
I think she's just missing the jury.
Sir, my earlier decision, I stand behind it. We are in the record.
Doesn't matter.
Jurisdiction.
I decline to address that further, sir.
Will it be proven for the record?
Sir, my earlier decision, I stand behind it, my written decision.
Your written decision that's not based in any law or fact?
Hold on.
I know she tired of him. Oh, Kristen. Well, everybody has tinted windows, Tony. It's just a different degrees of tint, but the front windows are always wider than the back windows. So everybody has tint. But you know, he trying to make it seem like he had kidnapped black tint. You know, windows so dark you need a flashlight to see inside. Oh, look at its facial expressions. He's saying something that struck his
You
ire,
see them coming? Are they-
or he ear hustling, one of the two.
I think they're assembling the other alternates. They're in a different place. So you have to get every,
Yes, we do need them to give the instruction, yes.
yes,
I thought it was 2 people that got excused from the jury.
3. There were 15.
No, I'm saying I thought it was 2 from the 16.
No, only 1.
Well, you did say 2. You said one had got excused before, and then another one was getting excused.
No, I
You're
only
so
excused
freaking
1.
stupid. One was sick
We've
and
had
one got
15
excused.
since the first juror was
Hey,
excused.
Peggy. Welcome,
So what happened to
welcome.
that second one that had the COVID scare? What happened with that?
Mr. Brooks, I addressed all of that on the record. I'm not rehashing that now.
Should have wrote it down, ho.
No need to get in your feelings. It's been a long day. I'm tired too.
Oh,
I would agree,
I need to get in your feelings.
but I'm not, I just letting you know, I'm not going to rehash that stuff.
I just thought you said 2. You said 2 on the record.
No, she didn't. She did not. I wish this bitch would hurry up. I wish she would hurry up. I need a bath. Come on home. You all are taking up my time. I got things to do. I got to figure out what's going on. I got to figure out what's going on with this Reddit post. This gonna be the only thing I read is this Reddit post. I got to concoct the story.
All right.
Oh, we're taking the diaper off our face. All right. I bet you the jury not even looking at him. Because if you have a jury and they come out and they do not look at the defendant, that's not a good sign.
Thank you, everyone. Please be seated. The record to reflect, I have the 12 jurors who have been deliberating, plus the 3 alternates who were sequestered in a different jury room. I want to give you kind of a modified instruction from the one that you've heard many, many times throughout this trial. Of course, for the 12 who have already started to deliberate, do not deliberate unless you're in the jury deliberation room. And that will mean from when you are discharged here tonight until you come back tomorrow in the jury deliberation room. Do not discuss this case among yourselves or with anyone else until you are deliberating in the jury room. This order is not limited to face-to-face conversations. It also extends to all forms of electronic communications. Do not use any electronic devices such as a mobile phone or computer, text or instant messaging or social networking sites to send or receive any information about this case or your.
He's like, I got gas. I want to fart so bad. I got hellified gas. I need her to hurry up. I need to let one rip. She's taking too long.
Conversation about this case. Do not research any information that you personally think might be helpful to you in understanding the issues presented. Do not investigate this case on your own or visit the scene either in person or by any electronic means. Do not read any newspaper reports or listen to any news reports on radio, television, or the internet, or any other electronic application or tool about this trial. Do not consult dictionaries, computers, electronic applications, social media, the internet, or other reference materials for additional information. Do not seek information regarding the public records of any party or witness in this case. Any information you obtain outside the courtroom could be misleading, inaccurate, or incomplete. Relying on this information is unfair because the parties would not have the opportunity to refute, explain, or correct it. Do not communicate with anyone about this trial or your experience as a juror while you are serving on this jury. Do not use a computer, cell phone, or other electronic device, including personal wearable electronics, applications, or tools with communication capabilities to share any information about this case. For example, do not communicate by telephone, blog post, email, text message, instant message, social media post, or in any other way on or off the computer. Do not permit anyone to communicate with you about this matter, either in person, electronically, or by any other means.
Welcome.
If anyone does so, despite your telling them not to, you should report that to me. I know you're not going home. You're going to another location, but do not discuss this case among yourselves with any other juror until you are back in the jury deliberation room tomorrow. This case must be decided by you, the jurors, based on the evidence presented in the courtroom. People not serving on this jury have not heard the evidence, and it is improper for them to influence.
Make sure y'all smash that like button. I got 92 watching and 67 likes. Can I please get my likes up to 75, 80, please, and thank you.
Report that to me. If jurors do not comply with these rules, it could result in a new trial involving additional time and significant expense to the parties and the taxpayers. You are to decide the case solely on the evidence offered and received at the trial. With that, you are all excused for the evening. We'll see you back here tomorrow at 8:30 a.m. All rise for the jury.
He like, I'm likable. They're going to relate to me. They like me. They like me. I smile at them and look at them when they walk by. They like me. I think I got a good shot. They are going to be able to nullify because I think that the
Tomorrow morning at
8:30,
8:30 a.m. I trust that the jail will give you a shower. So whether that's tonight or tomorrow morning before you.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Let me rewind and slow it down here. So 8:30? That's going to be too early. Oh, no. I'm talking about.
All right. Thank you, everyone. We are in recess. We'll see everyone tomorrow morning at 8:30. 8:30 a.m. I trust that the jail will give you a shower. So whether that's tonight or tomorrow morning before you come back to court.
Yes.
But I will order that.
Morning. Yes, 8:30.
Like you got somewhere to go or somewhere to be. You ain't got nowhere to go. You need to have your black ass here. That's what she should have said. You need to have your black ass here. You ain't got nowhere to go, and you're gonna do what I tell you to do. It's not up for debate. It's ain't no back and forth.
8:30.
I'm not getting up there early. This gotta be some night type thing going on.
That's when we start court every morning, sir.
No, it haven't been.
No. Okay. So for those of y'all who don't remember, I'm gonna read the Reddit post. You'll get you a little master bitch theater thrown in here. What am I trying to do? Oh, so let me set the scene for master bitch theater. For those of y'all who have not heard it, I know most of us have heard it and read it and everything, but hey. This is the post from Justice for Darrell. I'm I'm a member of the jury on this case. Here are my thoughts on the trial and on this subreddit. So to start with, I obviously shouldn't be here. I'm not allowed to look stuff up about this trial or really have any connection with the internet, but nobody actually follows sequestering rules anyway. Now, mind you, they haven't been sequestered yet. Anyway, hence I am obviously posting anonymously. I accidentally wandered into here a few days ago from the subreddit drama thread on my main Reddit account. Here's my opinion on the trial. First off, I think it's pretty obvious due to the chain of custody that the defendant is in fact Mr. Brooks, and he did do it. However, I've had throughout this trial doubts about various aspects of this case. Number one, the judge is clearly biased against Mr. Brooks. I got that feeling from when we were in the room, and my eyes have been opened to how she acted towards him when the jury was out of the room. What? So if you're a juror, how do you know what she's doing when the jury is out of the room? You wouldn't have been. Okay. Clearly, she is not an impartial judge and has been trying to belittle, demean, bully, and pull procedural tricks on him fairly frequently. I had my doubts already, but the subreddit has shown it to me clearly. Number two, Mr. Brooks has clearly not been given the chance to plead his case in court. He has been silenced and mocked at almost every turn. While he may be a bit loud or crass at times, I still believe his side deserves to be heard. Number three, I do have significant doubts about subject matter jurisdiction. I understand it when discussed in court because the defendant was repeatedly silenced, but I do understand now, thanks to this sub, and I agree that subject matter jurisdiction is a great concern here. This subreddit has made me aware of jury nullification, and I am very grateful for that. Child, bye. Overall, I'm not sure what I'll decide. I'm not educated in law, and I have to admit I'm biased against the defendant for the horrible act he did. However, not been allowed to try and prove his innocence. Oh, wait a minute. However, it is also clear that this trial is a complete kangaroo court. Mr. Brooks has not been allowed to try and prove his innocence, subject matter jurisdiction, or explain the circumstances surrounding the events. It's hard to imagine what could justify it, but we just can't know because of this trial. For these reasons, I'm torn between locking him up and throwing away the key or jury nullification. Both have arguments for and against them, and I'm not looking forward to choosing. I'm mostly writing this to help myself process my thoughts on this, but please let me know what you think. I can tell you what I think. I think these are the lies. That's what I think. Lies. Anyway. So that is the Master Bitch Theater of the Reddit post that everyone was so sure was, that Darrell wanted to ask for a mistrial over. So let me get the next clip for us. Let me go ahead and close you. And I'm only going to, I closed the wrong one. Hold on, let me go to my history. And it's trial day 15 with the alternatives. So hold on, let me get that. Before I go there, let me give you a quick intermission. What's going on? Like I'm frozen. Lord, I may have to reboot my computer. This is retarded. What's happening? Okay, finally, here I am. Yay. Oh, Paisley is great. He was just out here a little while ago. If you rewatch the stream, you'll see him. Okay, hold on. Is this it? Oh, this is one I just did earlier. Hold on, let me close this one. I don't know, my computer acting stupid right now. Oh, yeah. Here we go. All right, quick intermission, and then we'll get to the alternatives. Which one is this? This is a mashup. All right.
Let's talk about buttered sausage.
I'm gonna get to it.
Buttered sausage.
I heard you.
Buttered sausage. Let's talk about buttered sausage. Talk about buttered sausage, where it comes from, what it does. Why is it doing what it's doing? Get it out of my face.
What?
All right. Let's get to this part because I don't want to be on here for too long. Okay. Yes, we did see that his eyes was dotted. His eyes was dotted and his T's was crossed.
The investigation is completed. I will assure the parties that you will be provided with that information.
So,
Go ahead.
so it's being called a prank.
Per the Reddit post itself. Yes.
So we don't have any idea if that's
Hey, Ruthie, Tiger
a
Girl.
fact though, right?
Welcome.
You're correct. I'm just putting on the record the additional information that's been reported on. And then again, once the Sheriff's Department concludes their investigation, it will be turned over to the parties. So at this point, until there's a question or a verdict, courtroom will remain open. I'm going to be working in my office on other things and will be available, of course, if there are any questions or if a verdict is reached. So notify the parties.
Judge.
Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
No,
Go ahead.
Come on.
I'm still very concerned about this whole Reddit thing after having the chance to fully read it and look at some of the language that's in it. It's very concerning.
Very concerning.
That's why there's an investigation, sir. It's anytime there's an allegation that the integrity of this judicial process has been compromised, especially with a jury, I take that incredibly seriously, which is why I turned it over to the Sheriff's Department.
I would like Your Honor to, if it pleases the
Thank
court,
you,
if it
Tony.
pleases Your Honor, I would like to look at some alternatives. If I may bring up the in regards to the language, I also want to state that for the record, this did not come about from the prosecution side, from the defensive side, and certainly not from Your Honor's side. This is something that just pretty much sprang up.
No, we're all confirmed Brooksaholics, Daniel. We all have a problem. We're all Brooksaholics.
A lot of my concern, though, just not from just the language in the actual post, but
Come on.
I was kind of concerned that I was the last one to learn of this information. It had been known. I wasn't aware of it until after 6:30 last night.
You're in jail, of course.
Or around that time, because I don't want to misquote the record, but somewhere around that time.
It was shortly after 7.
Oh, so it was after. I didn't know. I thought it was. I knew it was after 6:30, but I didn't want to incorrectly state the record. Your
I can
Honor,
address that for you right now if you would like.
yeah. If it pleases you, Your Honor, I would like to request some alternatives to this issue.
Mistrial.
What's your specific request?
My specific request would be to look into a mistrial and also any alternatives along those lines, short of that, or along those lines, or a mistrial. I was looking at some, obviously, yesterday was very, very long for everybody.
Because of you. Because of me. You should say that.
As you know, because of my status here in the jail, I'm allowed to have law library time up until a certain point of the evening, and then I have to shut it down per jail policy. So I was able to find a few different things that I wanted to bring to Your Honor's attention, if I may.
Go ahead.
You're talking, go ahead.
One being United States versus Perez, 22 U.S. 579.
That's the only legal research he's done. After he saw that Reddit post, he was just like, okay, now I'm going to use the tablet and do some research on this, on mistrials.
And that specifically, I think it's referenced, because that one is pretty old in itself, but it's referenced in a lot of the other case laws that I actually found. I think, and I could be, if I'm interpreting this incorrectly, I apologize.
You are.
They kind of use that as kind of like the benchmark for what they refer to as manifest necessity. That's kind of like one of the leading cases that each one references.
Okay.
In regards to issues similar to things like this when it comes into play.
Okay.
And it specifically points to trial judge's discretion. And I think that's kind of like the leading one. Also, I looked at Brown versus Rushton, 572 F.3D 198, which speaks to the language is basically, it speaks to the same thing. It speaks about manifest necessity. It speaks about if there's an issue of exculpatory evidence, things of that nature. Also, United States versus Bates. That's BATES. 917 F2D 388.
Second.
And that speaks of potential for an impartial verdict.
What?
Specifically, it says along the lines of impartial verdict, if an impartial verdict can be reached, or if a verdict of conviction could be reached, but would have to be reversed on appeal
Because
due
he's
to an
stupid.
obvious procedural error in the trial. That's one of the main issues that speaks to. I also looked at Arizona versus Washington, 434 US 497, and that speaks to what I was stating before. It says neither party in a case has a right to have his case decided by a jury, which may be tainted by bias, and I say that because it certainly wasn't anything dealing with the prosecution. They had nothing to do with this. The defense had nothing to do with this, and certainly you, Your Honor, had nothing to do with this. But
how do you know that the defense, the prosecution, and the judge had nothing to do with it, unless you had something to do with it? For those of y'all who want to know what manifest necessity is, I was reading it from Merriam-Webster. Manifest necessity is a circumstance as an incurable pleading defect, the unavailability of an essential witness, juror misconduct, or illness of counsel, which is of such an overwhelming and unforeseeable nature that the conduct of trial or reaching of a fair result is impossible, and which necessitates the declaration of a mistrial. So that's pretty much the cases that he was citing. I guess he typed in juror misconduct, and those cases came up, and the term manifest necessity, and that's what he is using to try and say that the error in this case with the juror is just so egregious. There's no way that he can have a fair trial because it's clear that the jury is tainted based upon this Reddit post. So since the jury is tainted and compromised, then we need to have a mistrial and do this bullshit over again. However, the problem, though, is if you do a mistrial, all of the evidence from this trial, the previous trial, the current trial, will be used in the next trial. So you're going to be boxed into statements because of what happened in the previous trial. So if you change the story, you're going to get destroyed. Now, even though this idiot didn't really give us a story, and he was saying that I don't know how it happened, it was God's will. You won't be able to say Erica was drunk and she did it, or somebody else, the midgets that was in the back seat, they jumped in the front and they did it. They was controlling the pedals and I was steering. And that's why I couldn't stop, because the midgets in the back, they was controlling the pedals. They had crawled under the seat. And so they had taken over. One of them held the legs, and then the other one started pedaling. Like Child's Play with Chucky and Tiffany.
just for the concern factor, the language, it's pretty clear that this, if not directly came from a juror who sits on this panel, it came from someone who sits in this courtroom every single day.
Bitch, we was sitting in the courtroom every single day online. Every day. As soon as the little law and crime says Wisconsin versus Darrell Brooks is live, we was there immediately. We was already there, getting ready for the fuckery of the day. Thank you, Mickey. I appreciate that. That is so sweet. This is I'm beautiful inside and out. I'm beautiful no matter what they say. I can't sing. I'm sorry, y'all. Let's continue.
The language, it directed towards you, Your Honor, directed towards having clear bias towards the defense. Some of the things that they quoted of having knowledge of is extremely concerning.
Hey, math girl, welcome. Oh yeah, Magical Markets could have did it too. After you took the Green Bay flip flops. Yep, Magical Markets and Secret Stephanie. Either one of them, they could have been in the car too. So it was Erica, the midgets, Magical Marcus, and Secret Stephanie. All of them was in the car.
Extremely concerning. And then
Hey, Miss Tanya, yes.
going
Come
back to
again.
some of these
Yes.
case laws that I cited, it talks about something to the effect of you know, the ends of public justice. But I think that is leaning more so towards the judge's discretion, I would say, at least from how I was interpreting it.
You're stupid, so.
Obviously, I'm not educated in a lot of the laws in itself, but how I was interpreting it.
I mean, that's funny that you said that you're not educated in law and you don't understand, but you insisted on being your own attorney. You thought he was dead. Oh, thank you, Lady T. Oh, y'all are teasing up my head. Thank y'all. I appreciate it. You thought he was dead. He will be. I'm pretty sure he will be. He will be. Somebody's gonna get him. He's gonna go out just like Jeffrey Dahmer. I'm telling you. Watch what I tell you.
This is definitely a concerning issue. It's definitely something that I would request Your Honor to take a long look at. Look at some options. Look at some alternatives.
Alternatives.
Those case laws I cited talks specifically about that, options that you, Your Honor, can look at and use your discretion to see if it's appropriate in any way. But
appropriate.
I'm
not appropriate. Appropriate.
Extremely concerned about this.
Extremely.
If anything, for cautionary reasons,
That's time.
I believe, Your Honor, that you definitely should take a look at everything I'm saying here in these case laws and
what's the request though that you're making based upon the case law that you cite? I heard in there mistrial.
Look, Judge Dorrows, she got her eyeshadow on. She got her hair all curly. You know, she went and she scrunched her hair, and she said, "Look, I'm free. I'm about to be free. I'm about to be free. I'm gonna get dolled up today." I want y'all to see. I want y'all to see Jennifer Dorrows. Okay, I want you to see Midoro. Even though I don't think that she probably likes gays, but you know.
Trial, but I want to make sure I understand your request for relief and what it is.
You say request for
relief.
Relief.
Like, what are you asking?
Dumbass. You need to ask. She wants to know, what are you requesting? She said this multiple times. She asked for relief. You ask. That's the ask in your brief, in your motion. You're asking the judge to do something, an action, not just run your dick suckers. You have to ask a question.
Asking me to do based upon the information the limited information we have about the Reddit post.
That's good, Miss Tanya, but remember, you want to be careful about saying that, you know, where you are working. So you need to be careful with that. You know how some of these people are. I mean, I know this is a different crowd over here, but still, you want to be careful with that, okay? I don't want some demon that tries to figure out where you are and start with some BS. You know, you're too sweet for that. So just be careful. That's all I want to say. Just be careful.
in this trial.
I guess my request would be, because of the concern of this, to look at a mistrial, or at the very least a discharge of the jury at this time, so this can be resolved. This is alarming, to say the least. This post,
She does have beautiful
and
hair.
I don't know what Reddit is, to be honest.
You a lie.
Never heard of it or used it, so
You a
I
lie.
don't know the extent of. It's almost like this could be like a snowball type of thing. It can start with something that's this small, and then it can snowball out of control into something totally different. I don't know the extent of this website. I don't know who. Well, I think the name of the person who sent the to who alerted the clerk of course to this post. I think his name is in the email. But then that even begs the question of, how did this person come across this site? What is their significance to this? What is their role in this? It's just so many questions, and
there's no questions. No questions at all.
I mean, clearly this points at the court's integrity. It points at your integrity, Your Honor. It's alarming.
It's alarming, y'all.
It's very alarming. And if there's a chance that there can be hidden bias in this jury, it needs to be addressed now rather than later.
Okay, so yeah, there's going to be some bias in the jury. Everybody has a modicum of bias in them. Some people are aware of it and they work to not act on their bias, but everybody has a certain amount of bias, and you're just being honest with it. So yes, there's going to be some bias on the jury, and leaving ethnicity out of it. You ran over people, about 100 and something folks, on camera, on multiple videos. So we just take you being black out of the equation. There's still going to be bias because you did it and you have no remorse. No remorse, period. You're more passionate about the Erica Patterson, battery, and that she lied. And you are more passionate about this Reddit post trying to get a mistrial. So that's why there's bias, and the jury hates you because you're an ass. You're a dumb, black ass, dusty ass with demon horns, Keebler elf ears, and chiclet teeth. Horse face ass with a nose like the mucinex snot ball. That's enough right there for them to hate you. I mean, I hate your face, so. It's so
this is
alarming.
very concerning.
Very. It's alarming, y'all.
Well, thank you for bringing up your concerns. Let me turn to the state if they want to respond. And then.
Well, remember, math girls, he's representing himself. So they had to give him some leeway. Well, it's multifaceted. So they had to give him some leeway because he's representing himself, number one. Number two, this was Judge Dorrows. She was running for Supreme Court Justice in Wisconsin. So this was her audition to the world, her political audition. So she could garner votes. So she can say, I ran a fair trial. I gave him the opportunity and he still got convicted. And I have made this ironclad, appeal proof, and I got it done within a year before the 1 year anniversary of the tragedy. So this was all part of her audition process. This is also going to be part of Baze's audition process and Zach Witchall's audition process as well. This is the big case. You know, obviously, I would use it too if for political reasons if I had to. But this was the case to make everybody's career. So yeah, that's why he kept being able to run off at the mouth as long as he had. Because they were trying to make it absolute sure that this bitch could not appeal and be successful. I'm surprised that the court clerk has finished the transcripts of this, because I'm sure it took well over a year for this to be done.
And see what other issues they want to cover this morning.
Judge, the original post was on a subreddit thread called Justice for Darrell. That's the copy that the defendant has in front of him.
Mm-hmm.
That post was edited last night, claiming that it was a prank from the start and that the original poster is didn't think it would get that far out of hand.
G.
The way that Reddit works, the only person who can modify the content of the original post is the original poster, and because the jurors have no access to any electronic devices, I think it's safe to say that our 12 jurors back there are not the original poster. So
Yep,
I think that puts that issue pretty much to bed. It's still obviously under investigation because the court takes it so seriously, but there really is no actionable or any real reason why we should doubt the jury's being unbiased in this case.
I object to that on the grounds, Your Honor, that, like you just said, it's an investigation going on.
Right.
And if there's an investigation, then that clearly says that something is amiss.
Tony, he's running for judge. That's why he's in the news. He's running for judge. So Basie is running for opper's seat because she's retiring, and Zach is running for judge. Hey, Finrizio, welcome. Make sure you guys are all smashing that like button on your way in or out, please, and thank you.
We have 15. We have 15 jurors. There's still too many questions that we don't know. Too many.
I don't know what the questions are.
I don't think anything's put to bed because we don't know. It's unfair to say that the issue is put to bed when there's still so many questions left out there.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure you reviewed it yourself, Your Honor. You see the language in this, whatever it is, thread. I don't know. I don't know what this is.
They keep telling you what it is.
It's clearly a post from somebody who has intimate knowledge of the trial and what's going on in the trial. I don't think. I mean, common sense would.
I said that earlier, Super Kelly G, as I read the whole post, and he was talking about how the judge would treat Darrell outside of the jury's presence. So how are you outside the jury's presence, but you know what's going on in the trial? So that right there tells me that this was a lie, and it was something probably perpetrated by this clown, because remember, he is a manipulative piece of human excrement. You said my camera's very blurry? Well, you can't really see me, and then my light is on too. That all right, anyway, let's go.
Would tell you that this is someone who's very close to the case, whether they were intending to be funny, whether they were intending to try to prank the court or anything like that. We don't know. That could be anybody's guess. The language in this, the way that it's formatted, they lay out 4 specific points of what they think. They point to certain language in the case.
And guess what? They were talking about not jury nullification. They were talking about subject matter jurisdiction specifically. And they were like, yeah, he made a good point about subject matter jurisdiction. No, the hell he didn't. Because there was no point to be made. There was no point. Fool?
They make references to saying when we were in the room, they got certain feelings from when where they specifically refer to themselves and a group. That would be we.
Okay. Let me
plural.
Come on, typewriter. Retarded typewriter.
They say, and I have to admit, I am biased against the defendant for the horrible acts he did. And they attack you, Your Honor. They clearly attack you. This is if this is someone's idea of fun, is anybody's guess, but I don't believe that it is. Clearly by the way it's formatted and by the language that is in it. This is clearly someone with intimate knowledge of the case and what's going on. Clearly. There's no other way to interpret this.
So no one discovered who the Reddit writer was. I know that because I was part of that Reddit. I know that it was posted that night. Everybody ran to read it, and then it was then removed. Hey, Fret Nutty. Yeah, Fret Nutty. Yes, in the vehicle. Yes.
You can tell by what they're laying out in the language that they're speaking with. That this is clearly someone close to the case.
Right.
Because of that, it still has to be
alternative.
I'm informed of the investigation, but there's still too many questions left in the air just from this. How can we say anything's put to bed when there's still an investigation? For all we know, what if this turns up that it was someone on the jury, or what if it turns out that more people are involved in it than just whoever this anonymous person was who left the post? It's too many questions and it's too concerning.
There's no questions.
What if something like this springs up again at the last minute? We've been going through the trial now for basically 3 weeks, the better part of 3 weeks. And even in court days leading up to the trial, we've never had anything like this happen. Nothing like this has been brought to your attention. Nothing like this has been brought before the court's attention. This just came out of the blue, and now all of a sudden it's being labeled a prank. Is that because they were found out?
Well, I mean, it's still anonymous.
It begs so many questions. It's too uncertain. It's too concerning, and it's too alarming. It's too alarming to just overlook and say, "Oh well, we'll just set it to the side and let them." No, this. There has to be some type of alternatives, and something has to be done. Something. And if that's a mistrial, if that's discharging a jury, if that's some other type of alternatives that can be looked at, I'm sure that these case law speaks to other options that could come into play. They deserve to at least be looked at. If anything, to protect the integrity of the trial. I find it very hard to believe that this close to the trial being over, now all of a sudden these issues are being raised.
Well, sir, I submit to you the idea that the reason why these issues have been recently been raised is because you recently thought of it and decided to raise the issue and come up with this bullshit story. I submit to you the idea that this came from you or someone associated with you when they saw that you had talked yourself deeper and deeper and deeper into a hole every day. There's no way that you were getting out of this. And so the only thing that you had left was jury nullification. And you knew that wasn't going to happen because the jury hates you. So you're going to try jury nullification. And if that didn't work, well, then you went and you dug deep into your bullshit bag of sovereign citizen tricks and came up with this brilliant plan. This brilliant plan of posting on Reddit, and someone just so happens to email this Reddit post to the court clerk and to the prosecution and to the sheriff or the law enforcement. It just so happened on the last day, right? Coincidence, right? Sure, I believe
So
that.
this is obviously not a prank,
Oh,
and it's obvious that this is someone with intimate knowledge.
right.
It's very clear to me.
Of course, it's clear to you.
Well, let me address your concerns, sir. I cannot make conclusions at this point about whether this is legitimate or prank. What I know is as follows. I received the information about the subreddit post at approximately 9:30, 9:40 yesterday morning. I alone made the decision to withhold advising the parties because of where we were at in the trial, because there was nothing in that post. It was an anonymous post that would lend credibility to that it was in fact one of these jurors. But out of an abundance of caution, I referred it to law enforcement because it is very serious if the integrity of these proceedings were to be put at issue by a juror. I'd remind you though, every single day, these jurors were read the bulk of jury instruction 50.
I would agree with that.
They all took an oath.
Carissa.
And I have no reason to doubt that they would.
I love that. Carissa explains it all. I used to watch that Clarissa explains it all back in the day. So I love that.
Parties, because we were in the middle of instructing the jury. I was in the middle of instructing the jury. And I wasn't going to delay the proceedings because it was so speculative at that point and remains speculative at this point. As you know, the case went to the jury. I brought this up. I waited about a half an hour once the case went to the jury. Frankly, we had a long day. I wanted to get a bit to eat, and then I wanted to come back out and make a record of what I had.
Alternative.
Once again, the forensic unit with the sheriff's department has taken lead of this investigation. I'm not a part of that investigation. Law enforcement will handle it. From my perspective, not only did the clerk of court's office receive emails regarding this, it sounds like the district attorney received emails. I may have even gotten one. I don't remember the time. It was later regarding the post. Frankly, people figure out my email all the time. It was not solicited by me in any way, and I did not respond to it. And I simply forwarded that email on to law enforcement. So it's pretty clear to me that a lot of people have access to Reddit. I personally am not a user of Reddit, so I don't know the ins and outs of it, other than it is a social media site where people can create accounts and post, and there can be like chat rooms, for example, or just various, as this is called, subreddits. And at this point, you've requested a mistrial. You've requested that I discharge the jury. I'm declining to do that at this time, sir. Again, I need to make decisions based upon the record that's before me. And right now, the record is speculative. There are no facts to support a mistrial or discharging the jury. I trust the parties will continue in their own independent investigations, that you will continue reviewing case law, make whatever requests that you deem appropriate. I certainly will take time to look at the cases you have cited to see if there's anything based upon the requests that you have made that I would need to further review. But at this time, I do not see grounds for a mistrial. I do not see grounds to discharge the jury. That is how I will address it at this point. I know the state, I believe, wanted to address something else. I'm not sure if that was it, but
He was looking like shit. That was all I had left. That was the last straw I could pull out of my cup of bullshit. And he didn't go for it. Damn.
you had deferred to Mr. Brooks, so go ahead. Are there Is there anything you want me to address or at least bring to the court's attention at this time?
Just a minor point, Your Honor. You had noted the defendant is in his orange jail uniform today. It's my understanding the jail did offer him the ability to put on his street clothes, and he declined. So I just wanted that on the record.
All right, thank you, Fabrizio.
There may be occasions where this jury has to be brought into the courtroom for one reason or another, and he should be in civilian clothes if that occurs, if he chooses to.
It's a good point to bring up. It is possible the jury would need to be brought out if there is any question that I need to answer on the record. If for some reason the technology were not to be working appropriately when videos or other evidence are displayed to them. And so it is possible that the jury would need to come out. Of course, they'll come out if and when a verdict is reached. So I would certainly give you the opportunity, sir, if you want to change into the street clothes, that I would certainly direct the
In that
sheriff's
big boy
department to
suit.
make that available for you,
Isn't
should you
that-
choose.
Isn't it my choice?
Yes, it is.
So why
Just-
do I need to be in street clothes? Why does that need to be on the record? That
Your choice
if-
should be
if
placed on
or-
the record. sir.
if or
That's why.
if not, I was offered to be in street clothes. If I made it the choice,
Do you dispute that, sir?
yes, I dispute it because it's my choice.
Well, no,
At
do
this
you
point-
dispute that you were
at this
given
point,
the
there's
choice
no-
this morning?
At this point, there's no reason why that should be on the record. That if I was not offered street clothes, what relevancy does that have to?
Could have potential relevancy later on if
Why?
you were to challenge that you and claim that you were required to wear your jail uniform or jail attire. You're
I didn't-
not required.
I
This
didn't
is a
make that
trial. You
request.
have the right to wear street clothes, and I will certainly provide that opportunity should you wish to change at any point in time. But what you're telling me is it's your choice to be in jail attire. I'll respect that choice, of course.
So why does that need to be stated for the record?
I just
Why-
indicated why, sir. So,
I don't see the relevancy of it.
all right, at this point,
I
unless
never
there are any
raised-
further issues, I am going to go back into my office. The courtroom will remain open, and we'll let you know when the jury communicates
There-
with us, either about a question or verdicts.
There is something that needs to be addressed. Subject matter
Subject matter
jurisdiction.
The court
Why-
declines that. I'm stepping off.
Why hasn't it been proven on the record yet? And
I object to an estoppel. Hold on, Munchkin. Okay. So I'm going to call it there. It's been 2 hours and almost 30 minutes. And I think that's well enough time. And I can get back to, I can do Judge Dorrows. Oh my goodness, Paisley. I can do Judge Dorrows comments next go round. And I'm going to, oh my goodness, will you stop, you little wiggle worm? You don't want to rub your tummy. Quit wiggling. Anyway, you made me forget what I was thinking about. You little gremlin. Anyway, I'm going to redo the Al Muhammad, or whatever his name is, 9/11 guy. I'm gonna do it again. So it will have all those pauses in there since I was muted like an idiot. And I definitely apologize that I was muted and I didn't know. Yeah. Say hey, Paisley. Say hey, Munchkin. Say hey. Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody. I'm over here and I'm bothering mommy. Like he's not gonna cooperate. That's my little buddy though. Okay. Look, he's standing straight up. Okay, Munchkin. All right. Anyway, like I said, thank you guys for coming this evening. I really appreciate it. Make sure that you guys smash the like button. Please share the stream. And if you haven't subscribed, please do so. And I look forward to seeing you guys back for the next episode. Please make sure that you also check out my other videos because I do talk about other things than Darrell. And I think that you will enjoy it. So give it a try. And one more thing. And as y'all already know what it is, It's drums, please.
Drums, please.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have had a great time tonight. We have truly enjoyed ourselves, and we would like to thank you for being a part of the show and coming to visit this platform. Live on YouTube, Auntie Miracle B. Make sure you come back, because it's all the way live each and every time. Auntie Miracle.